What's up everyone, you're watching Sneaker News on YouTube, and today we're taking a closer look at the Nike Dunk Low by KASINA. Before we do that, just do us a quick favor, please hit that subscribe button and we'll get right into the video. 2020 has been the year of the Dunk revival. We're not going to go as far as saying it's the year of the Dunk because there's been many years where the Dunk was the shoe of the year, but in terms of a revival of a shoe coming back into the limelight, we really have never seen anything quite like this. So in this video, we're going to talk a little bit about KASINA, the shop that's doing this collaboration. We're going to talk a little bit about what to expect from the Dunk moving forward, and basically just go over the details of this shoe. So before we do that, we just want to go over the basics. This KASINA Nike Dunk Low will release on September 25th, exclusively at KASINA and in Nike sneakers in Asia. It will not release anywhere else. Now, believe it or not, this is actually the first Dunk collaboration that's releasing as part of Nike's big strategy to bring back the Dunk. And we're kind of glad that they're not going with one of the usual suspects like the Undefeateds or the Kiths or the Atmoses or whatever. No disrespect to them, but it's really a huge breath of fresh air that they're going with a relatively obscure name. And by obscure, we mean generally unknown in the grand scheme of sneaker boutiques. But KASINA has been around for quite a while. They've been around since 1997, and they've done plenty of sneaker collaborations in the past. Reebok, Adidas, Vans, what have you. So they're not new to the game, but in terms of the conversation of, big ticket collaboration, stuff that, people really want, and there's no better shoe than a Dunk to do that. This is a true first for KASINA. But it's not just KASINA that's getting the attention, it's South Korea as a country as a whole that's finally getting the recognition that they truly deserve. They really don't get enough credit as a tastemaker in fashion and sneakers, and they're not new to the game. Just because you haven't heard from them doesn't mean they're new to it. They've been obsessed with sports since the 80s. Seoul hosted an Olympics in '88. And in terms of fashion, there's a lot of great labels that come out of there. They just happen to get overshadowed by Japan, which is rightfully considered a founding father of fashion and sneakers. Although, there is room for more, and South Korea definitely deserves a seat at that table, especially next to China. I mean, they're a huge market, and understandably, they get their exclusives, they get their annual releases, their Singles Day packs, and their Year of the Zodiac packs and whatnot. But it's about time that South Korea gets the recognition. Now, before the KASINA Dunks, last year there was the collaboration with G-Dragon and Peace Minus One. Across the board, those were considered, among the best shoes of 2019. But prior to that, there weren't many Korea exclusives or Korea collaborations, period, especially with Nike. The last shoe that I can think of is the Air Jordan 3 Soul, which was super limited. And before that was an inline World Cup pack from 2006. So that doesn't even really count. But lately we've seen South Korea getting way more attention. It is a market that's openly engaging with sneaker culture. And again, it's not that South Korea is new to sneakers. They've been sneaker obsessed for decades, and it's just finally getting the attention and recognition and the credit that they finally deserve. And a company like Nike has the power to shift people's attention to a person, place, or a thing. So we truly hope that this is just the beginning for Korea in terms of their creators and their designers and their shops and their curators and whatnot getting the attention that they really deserve. And just personally speaking, I myself am Korean, and in the world of sneaker and fashion media and even fashion in general in a city like New York City, there really isn't that much Korean representation. So we hope this is just the beginning of a larger movement. So let's talk about the Dunks. Now, the Dunks came out in mid-80s, and that decade coincides with some rapid population growth that was happening in South Korea. And like we mentioned before, in '88, Seoul hosted the Olympics. So it was really a crucial decade for that country. So they decided to pay tribute to the transport system, because in order for a country or a city to really grow, you need a transport system. So this particular colorway is inspired by a bus line that helped people get around. The blue, yellow, and red colors are inspired by like that vintage upholstery of car seats, and even the exterior of the buses. It has typically these, sporty colors, so they apply that to the Dunk, and the use of that suede achieves that worn-in look. So again, kind of speaks to that vintage 1980s sort of appeal. And another nod to the buses is that it comes with a hang tag with a steering wheel. So again, that's a nod to the buses. When I first saw the shoes, I thought the steering wheel was a nod to taxi cabs, because taxis are a big part of the transport culture in Korea as well. But more accurately, it's specifically about the buses. And then there's a second colorway that's an industrial green pair pair. It's more of like an emerald teal with a silver swoosh. That pair is exclusive to KASINA, the shop, as well. And on the heels, it specifically calls out Seoul and Busan, which are arguably the two biggest cities in Korea. Now, everyone already knows what Seoul is, but Busan is the best way to kind of describe it. Is like, it's kind of like the dirty south of Korea. They have their own unique accent, and it's kind of even hard to understand them, but it is a major city. So again, it speaks to the transport and the connection between Seoul and Busan, again, two of the biggest cities in Korea. And this particular pair is exclusive to KASINA, the shop. And the blue pair that we're showing you in this video is a KASINA as well as a Nike Sneakers Asia exclusive. Some added details is that on the insoles you have, custom graphics, again with the steering wheel and Nike logos. And our favorite part is the tongue, where it's basically just the phonetic spelling of the shop. It just literally says KASINA spelled out in Korean. And finally, just to cover our bases, simple black rubber outsole, standard red Nike sportswear box, and it comes with this little hang tag, which, if you guys know, is pretty common with Asia releases. So that's just basically our quick overview of the KASINA Nike Dunks, officially dropping September 25th, exclusively at KASINA and Nike Sneakers in Asia. And again, this is just the beginning of the Dunk. There's so many more collaborations confirmed for not only later 2020, but in 2021 and beyond. And as we mentioned before, they're the usual suspects that you guys all love: Undefeated, Kith, Atmos, etc., etc. They're all probably going to get their own Dunk collaborations. They're also even your favorite fashion streetwear labels like Cactus Plant Flea Market. Maybe there's another Off-White Dunk happening, who knows? But there's a lot more on the way. And outside of the collaborations, there's going to be more inline, straightforward, two-tone colorways that just seem to go with everything. So again, this is just the beginning of the Dunk. And again, the fact that the first collaboration to roll out is a South Korean shop, one that's been around since 1997. It's definitely a huge deal if you're a Korean. There's a lot of sense of pride, and the word Korea and the word pride literally go hand in hand. So again, big shout out to Nike for executing this project. Thank you to Nike for sending this pair over to us. Not going to name names, but you know who you are. But again, thank you so much for these. We hope you guys enjoyed this video. We hope this video was a little bit different. We kind of dropped a little bit more, peripheral knowledge outside of the shoes, talking a little bit about Korea's space in the current state of fashion and sneaker culture and influence. If that's the kind of stuff you guys want to hear more in our videos, please let us know in the comments below. But again, thank you for watching. We'll catch you in the next video. Please hit that subscribe button, and peace.